All right, I want to switch things up now and bring in a new voice and perspective. This is Pass the Mic. This segment focuses on hearing from different artists and creators to help amplify their voices. And we'll feature lots of local comedians because one of our goals is to entertain you. The January 6th Capitol riot has been a source of both great despair but also fantastic comedy this year. And sometimes it's not even the suspects themselves. Their lawyers can be equally ridiculous, like these two. On the left, with the interesting do, is Harley Bright, a criminal defense attorney from New Jersey. And on the right is Albert Watkins, who represented the QAnon shaman Jacob Chansley.
Does not think that the election was stolen, and he has a different ideology.
Say, yeah, that's the guy I want. I'm following him. Unless you're smoking crack. But chill. It's not bad on occasion.
Huh? By the way, both their clients got sentenced to 41 months in prison. Good job. We wanted to go deeper on the dueling absurdity of this pair, so Reese talked to comedian J-L Cauvinbreak about it.
Who would you rather have as a lawyer?
It's a tough call because obviously one guy looks like he stole Rachel Dolezal's hair, and the other one was endorsing crack and sounded like he was in slow motion underwater while speaking. So because you need somebody who can advocate orally for you in court, I would go with the guy with the funky hair, but who sounded more cogent and clear.
Now, as somebody, because I believe you have some legal training, correct?
Georgetown Law.
There you go. So as somebody with some legal training, how much of an impediment is it when you step into a courtroom and you feel like you're judged based on the way that you look? Now, granted, in most cases, we're talking about this seriously because I'm advocating for disenfranchised communities. In this particular case, I'm talking about a man who looks like the way I expect Julio to age. But you know what? It's still making superficial judgments.
It is, but I think when I went into court, you know, I looked good in a suit. I'm 6'7", so I really, you know, looking the judge eye to eye, even though they were up on the bench, was I think gave me a little more power than the average attorney. But yeah, as long as, I mean, usually that's the thing. Most lawyers I ran into, you'd be in a suit or a dress, and that was it. People didn't kind of bring too much style and flair into the courtroom. That was usually the defendants who would do that.
I appreciate that they kept it real with their lawyer choice because they have the kinds of lawyers that I would expect insurrectionists to have. And I didn't know that I had a preconceived notion of what that would be. Evidently, I did.
Yeah, I was disappointed when I was looking up other lawyers. There are some lawyers who look the part, you know, look more traditional lawyers, you know, just part in the hair, suit, not advocating crack smoking.
Now, would you have any faith in either of these two? Whether they were hired by a family member and you were stuck with them, or whether they were your court-appointed lawyer? Would you have faith in those gentlemen, or could you?
No, unless, I mean, if I was going on people's court, like if I was an insurrectionist who managed to get on people's court or, you know, Judge Ron Brown or something, then I'd go, okay, now I think I'm in a good zone with my legal choice. But in a real court with real consequences, yeah, neither one would make me feel very confident.
It would be funny if we just siphon these guys out, like the People's Court gets one, Judge Judy gets one, Joe Brown gets one, Mathis gets one, give one to Judge Maybelline. You get them all a shot at it.
Yeah, I think everybody wins in that case. You get justice, but you also get entertainment. So, you know, what's not to like about that?
Yeah, we all win because they all end up in jail. Now, if you want to hear more from JL, you can see him at the DC Improv next week, starting on the 16th through the 19th.